So, dear students, welcome once again to the Bootcamp, IBM Skills Build Bootcamp, Generative AI from Prompt to Production. Welcome to Masterclass 3. Sorry for the interruption, guys. So, let me make some quick announcement regarding your deliverables. So, we have already shared you the links for the 3 deliverables. So, we request all of you to complete your, submit your deliverables. We have extended the deadline to 3rd March by tomorrow. So, many students have requested. So, as per your request, we have extended the deadlines to 3rd March, that is tomorrow. So please submit all your deliverables by tomorrow, first deliverable by tomorrow. And with respect to your domain ID, no, if you have not received your domain credentials or if you are experiencing any trouble like that password issues or any other email related issues, then please use the domain ID query form. Okay. So, we have actually circulated couple of forms for general queries and domain IDs. So we want, if you have any issues related to the domain IDs, domain credentials, right? Sometimes you have changed the password and you cannot log in, or after that, you are not able to IBM Skill Build website like that. Many issues are there. In that case, please let us know through the domain ID itself, okay, domain ID query form. Unless and until we won't be able to help you in this regard. Okay, so please note that we will be closing that form today itself. So I request all of you to check your domain IDs and password, and if you have any kind of such issues, or if you have not received the domain ID, please let us know to the domain ID query form, right? Then some of you have asked what is the purpose of domain ID. So definitely a domain ID will help you to get the cloud access for 1 year, and we'll be having a IBM cloud registration session next week, sometime in next week. Okay. So probably you might have seen that while doing the Intelligent by Design Build an AI Agent course. That is a credential course actually. So you may have encountered to do a lab in the IBM Skills Build. Okay. So this domain ID will help you to get that kind of thing. That is why we are providing the domain ID credentials. So we request all of you to, if you have any kind of issues with respect to the domain ID, please use the domain ID and query form. So we will have a session with respect to this for the IBM Cloud next week. And also I want to inform you that the Intelligent by Design Build an AI Agent, the third activity under the deliverable one, is a credential course. And if you have completed that course, if you have completed that credential, then you can share it over your LinkedIn profile. So in here, you need to do one thing like that. You have to use the IBM Skills Build registered ID and Creditly account with the same ID. Like that, if you log into the IBM Skills Build using your personal Gmail ID, then you use the same to access the Creditly. If you have used the domain ID to access the course in IBM Skills Build platform, then please use the same domain ID to access the Creditly, because both of your ID, I mean, in logging to both side, both platform, both portals, you need the same ID. That is very, very important. Then only you will be able to share your your credential over LinkedIn. Right. Then, like I said, your domain ID and password provided to you is only to access the mail ID. Okay, this domain mail. This is how the interface look like. So this is not for logging to your IBM Skills Build. In order to log into your IBM Skills Build platform, you have to create a separate password for that purpose. The same password, you cannot use the same password provided for the domain ID domain mail access. Here you have to create a separate password, but you can use the domain mail over here, domain mail ID, domain ID over here, right? So still many students are asking questions regarding to the same thing. So please note that for you can use the same password, but like for that you need at least 10 characters of password. In that, if you are using an 8 characters password in domain mail, and if you are using the same thing in IBM Skills Build, then it won't work actually, right? So you have to create both separate password, right? Then today Amit will be explaining about the project also. Your project submission date will be 10th March. We have extended the date also, right? Now I would like to invite our speaker, our trainer Amit Tiwari to this session, and I think all the students have been there in the last previous two classes. Today we'll be going through the project details and everything. So I'm glad to welcome once again Amit Tiwari to this session. Yes. Over to you, Amit. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Anil, for the introduction. Hello, everyone, and welcome to IBM Skills Build Bootcamp on large language models and agentic AI. Today, we are going to touch upon agentic AI. Today, we are going to design our own AI agent. First, we are going to do it with drag and drop, and then we are going to make our agent using code. You will be required a ChatGPT or OpenAI's API, but even if you don't have that, you can do the same with Gemini API or any other API for that matter. I'll be also guiding you towards creating your own API and how can we create our own AI agents. Agentic AI is the next big leap in artificial intelligence from deterministic agents like classifiers and regressors. We have moved towards generative AI. And in the last 4 to 5 years, we have been last 2 to 3 years, we have been generating a lot of content using generative AI, which we already have kind of like mastered. We also know what goes inside a generative AI. Today, we are going to treat them as black boxes because we already know what makes a large language model. And we are going to use that large language model into production. So today is the day when we actually make our own AI agents. I'm very excited to take you forward in this class, and I hope that you are too. So let's get together to design our own and first AI agent for sure. So I'm going to share my slides, and for that, I have prepared this PowerPoint presentation for you, which I'm sharing just in a while. All right, today we are going to treat large language models as black boxes to create agents. That's the state of the art in artificial intelligence today. That means that we use large language models to create agents. What are these agents? Why do we need them? How can we create them? Is all covered in today's lecture. So we know about large language models and how do they work. Basically, they are transformer architectures. It's a large neural network trained on a lot of data, and the data is uh, all the text that is there in the world. And we use these large language models, we prompt them and get a response. We have been using ChatGPT and other different large language models in the past, and I hope that you already know this. What we are going to begin with is how to work with large language models. So to work with large language models, we use prompting. Prompting or prompt is an instruction we give to input to our AI model that gives us the output that we desire, right? So you give a prompt to a generative AI agent, it gives you text, image, video, audio, or code, depending on whatever prompt that you give. We are going to dive into prompt engineering for quite some time. And so a basic or a baseline prompt to any generative AI agent is going to give you a basic and unreliable output. So you need to prompt your large language models in a way that it always gives the reliable output. So we want to go from basic and unreliable output to desired and reliable output. When we are designing agents, we need the output to be very structured. Whatever the large language model is generating, it should be reliable and it should be desired. Otherwise, agents don't work when we have an unreliable output, or it will be a bad agent to design. So we need a principle like prompt engineering. This has been quite in talk a lot. That's nothing but a structured way of writing prompts so that you can always get the desired and reliable output out of our large language models. So there are 6 principles of prompting or prompt engineering. The first principle is to define the persona. That means that we tell the large language model how should it behave by giving a persona to the large language model. You generally you start with like you are something, and then you are tasked to do some work, right? Then the second principle is to give direction. That means that you need to tell the large language model from where you are getting the input and what kind of task that the large language model has to do, right? So in give direction, you have to specify the input and the task. Then you have to specify the format of the output, how your output should be. Provide examples if you want to. It always fine tunes the large language model to your own use case. And finally, evaluate the quality of the large language model. I'm skipping the first part. I'm going to take it with the agent only. What is an AI agent? Let's start with this. An AI agent is a system or program that is capable of autonomously performing tasks on behalf of a user or another system by designing its workflow and using available tools. Here, the word autonomously is the word that we need to pay more attention to, because till now we had systems where we had to do the work. Now we are shifting towards the systems where the AI will work for us, and the AI will work autonomously for us on our behalf, performing some tasks that we don't want to use. You must have used a lot of other um, AI tools to perform different tasks, but you kind of like recognize that they are good at suggestions and generating things, but they are not doing any task right now. If you use any simple AI system, how to make these AI systems work for us and how to make autonomously performing tasks is what an AI agent does. Back in 2014, when I studied AI was mostly boring. It was doing only two tasks. One is regression and one is classification. So what will be the temperature tomorrow? We are trying to like predict what will be the temperature, maybe a continuous value, or we are classifying it into cold and hot. So AI came into my life very early, 10, 11 years back, when my college decided that they will put that into our semester, and we were learning about artificial intelligence. And we were doing all these boring tasks like regression and classification, where we were regressing, where we were kind of predicting a continuous value like a temperature, or where we were classifying it into cold or hot, depending on how the temperature is. Fast forward to 2025, AI is almost doing all of the magical tasks. So we never imagined that AI would be able to do all these amazing tasks for us. It's generating poetry, it's generating scientific reports, it's generating articles, poems, even emails, all of these things we can generate with AI. AI can also generate images. AI can also generate images like cartoons or memes, or complete an image based on half image. And surprisingly, AI is also being able to generate videos like the video here of a dog flying in the air. And we are just designing or generating these kind of videos just by typing in prompts. So this is a funny video that I created recently, and I did not have to do any image processing or video processing for that. I just had to write in large language model a dog flying in the air, and it gave me an interesting video of a dog that is actually flying in the air. If I had to do these tasks of 10 years back, then maybe I will have to do a VFX on the video. That means that I would have to take the video of a dog on a green screen, take a video of a empty sky, and then maybe kind of like remove that green screen and then superimpose or create a video like this. But even after I do all of that, I will not be able to create such a fine video that AI creates in seconds. So AI has taken a huge leap from 2014 to 2025, from just doing regression and classification, that was more of a deterministic type of AI or classifying type of AI, to generating amazing things. Now we are in 2026, and in 2026, AI agents are becoming really popular. Every company is designing their AI agents. How can we design one, and what is this shift in the industry is what we are going to explore. We are also going to design our own AI agent in today's class. This is the new normal in working. That means that we have previously used Gen AI tools for the past 2 years. Maybe we have used some of these tools. Maybe we have used all of them. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, Dolly, Midjourney, Canva for designing graphics, GitHub Copilot, Alpha Code, Microsoft Copilot for writing code, audio and video development using Synthesia, AutoGPT, and some other apps. So we have been using this, and this is kind of like a new normal in working, that we are using these tools in order to generate something or do make our task a little bit easier and faster. How can we go one more step further to create AI agents that can work for us? That means that how can we transition from generation to action is what agentic AI is all about. We are going with a very, very important task, or a very, very interesting task that we are going to automate in the first half. We are going to define how do we write, we are going to make an AI agent that writes our email replies. Before designing any AI agent, we need to define how do we do certain tasks, right? So let's say that, so we are creating an email agent that can write email for us, that can autonomously reply our emails. So in order to design these kind of AI agents, first we need to define the whole pipeline or the workflow of how do we do certain process. And this is just one task that we are going to automate. There are many, many different tasks that you can automate. You can use a lot of tools in order to make your task easier. We are going to design this, our first agent. So let's say that I get an email from Dildeep Singh, which is asking for Arthashastra and the extended deadline. And maybe let's say that I missed this email. I want my agent to autonomously reply to my emails. Okay, so as a co-founder of a company, I'm working as a co-founder of Etson AI, which is an AI and robotics company. In my day-to-day life, I get more than 50 to 60 emails each day. And if I take 3 minutes to reply to each email, then 180 minutes of my life or my day is wasted in just replying to these emails. But some of the emails are also really, really important, and I also don't want to miss them. So how can I give a AI a responsibility to reply to my emails is what I'm figuring out, and what we all are figuring out. And by that process, we will learn how to create an AI agent for ourselves. So before designing an AI agent, we need to ask this question to ourselves: that what is the task that we are automating, and what does it look like in steps? All right, so what we are going to do is we're going to understand the workflow of writing email replies. The spelling of workflow is wrong here, but nonetheless. So how do we write an email reply? Before AI, back in 2022, this is how we write a reply to an email, right? So let's say that we get any email. The first step is to open Gmail. Second step is to read the email. Third step is to understand the email. Fourth step is to think of a reply. Fifth step is to write a reply. And sixth step is to send an email, right? So this is the workflow. This is the task that I want to automate for myself. So let's say that I get any email. I want the AI to open my Gmail. I want the AI to read my email automatically, understand that email, think of a reply, write a reply to my email, and send that back to any person who is writing that email, right? So I want this to be autonomous. So if I take a AI in loop like we are doing right now, if we want to do it with Gen AI, that means that I use the help of ChatGPT in writing my emails, then how this process will change, right? So my workflow of opening a Gmail, writing an email, understanding the email, thinking of a reply, writing a reply, and sending an email, how will this workflow change if I use ChatGPT? In my normal life, if I don't make an AI agent, then the workflow of using a chat GPT will look like this, right? So I will open my email, I will read my email, I will copy my email, I will paste that in chat GPT, I will open chat GPT, paste that in chat GPT, I will prompt the GPT to write me an email. ChatGPT will write an email. I will copy the email from ChatGPT and I will paste and send that email, right? So this is how the workflow of writing an email reply looks like when we use ChatGPT in the loop. But if I have two tools like ChatGPT and Gemini, here in this workflow, I still have to work, right? So I still have to copy the email. Here a human is working. I still have to paste it in ChatGPT. Again, a human is working. I'm going to prompt ChatGPT. Again, a human is working. I am going to copy the reply, again a human is working, and I'm going to paste and send, again a human is working, right? So in this process also, even though we used AI, we are still using a human to work in this scenario, right? So we want to change that. If all of my emails are being now written with ChatGPT, if I'm using ChatGPT to write my email by prompting, how can I make a system that can talk with my email and ChatGPT to make this system autonomous, right? How can ChatGPT automatically read my email and write a reply and use the same app to send it back? Okay, so we are figuring out this thing, that how can we make this process autonomous. So if we want to make this process autonomous, that's called agentic AI or agentic way. That means that we are making a workflow automatic or autonomous. The idea of the agentic way is to use a large language model in the loop, in the process wherever human being is required in this process, or wherever human being uses its brain, we are going to replace that with large language model. So large language model like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, any large language model for that matter, if you replace in the workflow wherever human brain was required with a large language model, that will become a agentic system. So in my system, if I want to design this with agentic AI, I need to replace the parts where human brain is required, right? So to open my Gmail, I don't need human brain. I don't need to use any of my cognitive intelligence, right? So I will use a tool that will open the Gmail. Here, no human brain was required. To read an email, yes, I need a human brain in this. So I will use large language model to replace my human brain. To understand an email, again, I require human brain. So I will use a large language model to understand the email again. To write an email, again, I require human brain. I will use a large language model to write an email. And to send an email, I don't need intelligence. So I will not use large language model, but I will use a tool that can send that email to me, to the person, right? So I am using Gmail here. I can use any of the other mails. So my tool will open that mail. It will take the first mail from there. It will give it to large language model automatically. The large language model will read the email. It will understand the email. It will write the email and it will send the email. Okay. So in this process, I will become out of this picture and this process will become autonomous or agentic in nature. Okay. So let's design this system. Okay. So we are going to design this system where, I am automating this process of writing an email. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach this with drag and drop first, so that people, those who don't want to code, they can design their agents very, very easily. Then we will go with a coding method as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open in a browser Agentic AI's making platform. And I'm going to open here in my browser. Maybe I just cut all these links. There are different tools in the market through which you can create your own AI agents. So Zapier is one of them. So you can create the AI agents with Zapier, where you can you can create these kind of like workflows which can do certain tasks. And then there is make.com, which you can also use in order to create your workflows, where you can do orchestration in order to design an AI agent. And you can also use something called N8N to design agents. N8N is also workflow automation platform where you can design agents from scratch, right? So this is what the workflow looks like, and you can add in tools to design your agents. And then there are different sites that you can use in order to design agents. These three, Zapier, make.com, and N8N are the popular ones. Which I'm going to use is relay.app. Why I'm using relay.app? Because it is very easy to teach with this. The concepts are similar in all three. the relay also gives you some free credits that you can use to try. And it's kind of like very intuitive to design it with relay. So we can design it like it's very intuitive to design with relay, and that's why we are using this app. For N8N, we will require API and connecting our own APIs. You might not have your APIs with you. Not all of you would have. Even with Make, you will have to connect with your own APIs. And with Zapier, again, you will have to connect your own APIs in order to generate. With Relay, Relay gives you some free credits that you can use and check your agent, test and try your agents. So we are going to use that. I would request all of you to go to relay.app. It's very simple, relay.app. And from there, you can just click on Start for Free, and it will let you create the AI agent for yourself. All right, so I click on Start for Free. Once you click on Start for Free, it will show you, maybe I will design it with some other ID where I have not used Relay before, so that you can also see the same process. So maybe I'm using account where I have not used Relay before. All right, so this is my Relay account, and I click on Start for Free. It will ask me to log in using Google. And so if you click on Start for Free, you will see a window like this. You click on Sign up with Google, and you will see that your account, it's my college account where I go and teach. So I'm using that account. So you click on your Gmail account and click on Continue to sign back to Relay. Maybe here I'm signing back again, so I will not be able to show you the process, but I think you understand the process, that you will see some screen uh, like this. So once you kind of like click on uh, like sign in, you will see a screen like this, which will ask what kind of agent are you creating. So once you click on sign up for free, you will see this screen only once you click on create a new agent. Here I'm going to name my agent as anything. I'm choosing this name of Argo. Um, Okay, so before I move further, I want to wait for you to see a screen like this. In this screen, what kind of agent are you creating? We are not going to start with any of the agents that are already there. We are going to design our own agent. So in the chat, let me know if you see a screen like this. You will have to log into Relay by logging it in with Google, and then putting in some of your information, and you will see a screen like this. So if you see a screen like this, just type in done or I'm in so that I know. All right, thank you so much, Yana, for replying done. Affliction, thank you so much. Lahar is saying I am in. Um, uh, Takashi, Dharmendra, thank you so much for replying. Anik is also saying done. Priya is also saying done. Thank you so much, Anjali and Deepthi, uh, Rajneesh. Okay, cool. Brinda, thank you so much. All right, so we are into this. You are seeing this screen. Thank you so much, Roni. What we are going to do is Krishna, Vandana, and all. Okay, so what we are going to do now is I'm naming it Argo. You can name it anything. You can also say that my email agent and whatever name that you want to give to the agent. Okay, Argo kinds of like it's a short name, sweet name, and that I'm giving to this agent. I will click on design your own, and I will click on next here, and it will ask me which apps will this agent use. And this is the tool that we will be calling, right? So in my PPT, my first step is the tool that I will use in order to make this process automated. So here I need Gmail, so I will click on Gmail because I am going to use this app for building my agent, and I just click on next. So what it will do is it will kind of like start creating our agent. It will show a chatbot through which we can create our agents. But we are engineers and we are not going to use the chatbot to create our agent. However, we can use that. But what we will do is we will click on create blank skill in order to create our agent. And this is the screen that we will see. So this screen is what you will also see in N8N, like this in make.com. You will also see the screen similar to what you see in Relay. And in Zapier also you are seeing this screen, right? So this is kind of like where you can build your own workflows. And this is what the workflow looks like here. I'm going to type in the name of my skill here. So it is email automation. Automation here. And here what we are going to do is our first step of writing an agent is to add in a trigger. But before I start designing my agent, I want to know if you are in this screen where you can see a blank screen where you can create your own workflow. So if you are into this blank screen and you are ready to create the workflow, you can say ready to create the workflow in the group or yeah. So I am going to repeat this again. For people, those who have not done. So for different people, those who are stuck and not ready, I'm repeating it again. You click on create a new agent. You name the agent. I'm naming it as my agent one now, just for repeating purpose. Click on design your own. Click on next. Here it will ask what apps will this agent use. I will use Gmail. Click on Gmail and next, and then it will load a screen where we can design our AI agents. Here in this, I will click on create blank skill because we are going to create the skill from scratch. Click on create blank skill. It will show you a screen like this. And herein you can type my email writer as a skill. Okay, and you will be ready with this workflow. Only one person, Meet, has responded to me with ready. Anjali is saying, yes, sir. Thank you so much. Rajneesh is also ready. Roni Dora is also ready. Shrishti is also ready. Thank you so much, Sangeeta, Vandana, and Devashis. Aditya, thank you so much. Raj Patel is also ready for designing agent. Cool. So we are now ready to design our agents. Let's design our agent from scratch. This is what our workflow looks like, right? So we open the email, we read the email, we understand the email, we write the email, and then finally we send the email. So a workflow like this, we need to automate. Okay, cool. Okay, so the first thing that we need in order to create our agent is to add a trigger. All right, so trigger is when will my agent be activated, right? So when will my agent will be activated in this case? Whenever I receive an email, right? So I need to attach, in this process, I need to add a tool that can open a Gmail or mail for me, right? So whatever tool, it can be Gmail, it can be Yahoo Mail, whatever tool that you use for your email, you need to add that to the first step, right? So that will be your trigger. Whenever you receive a new email, your agent will get activated in that case. So I add this new trigger. That new trigger will be Gmail. It can be other email as well. So you type in email, you will see that you have Outlook also, you have smartly.ai. There are other apps that you can also attach, but Gmail is the one that everyone uses. So we will use Gmail here. Okay, so you will be seeing something like this. I'm going to delete my app so that, okay, delete. You will see a sign in option once you connect Gmail. Okay, so I'm deleting this connection because I already have connected. So you click on add trigger, you click on Gmail here. You click on email received because you want your agent to be activated only when you receive an email, right? So once you click on email received, you will see your connect Gmail option here. You can click on connect in order to connect your Gmail, log into your Gmail, choose your account to connect, click on continue for access, and your email will be connected. All right, so here you see email received, right? So first step where we are opening a Gmail and receiving that email is now completed. Here you also need to do one more thing, that you only trigger this for the first email in conversation, not all the email, right? So you only want to reply to the first email in conversation, and you click on done here, and you have added first step to your workflow. Congratulations, your agent can now read your emails for you. Sorry, it can now receive your emails for you. Okay. So if you have done the first step, you can reply to me in the chat box by typing in done first step, and we will be ready for implementing our next step. So you can say done first step if you have added in the trigger to your agent. That means that your agent now can receive emails, right? So a lot of people are asking, can I show again after clicking add trigger? Yes. So I will repeat it one more time. For the other people, those who have done the first step, thank you so much. For this. If you are using your college ID, maybe your connection will fail. So you will need to add in your Gmail ID. Some colleges, they don't provide third-party integration. That's why you might be seeing connection failed. Okay, so you need to connect it with your personal Gmail ID. If you are seeing something like this, if your college kinds of like approves it, then that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to show this one more time. I'm going to delete this. The step is to add trigger. You click on add trigger, click on type in Gmail, click on email received, only trigger it on the first email, and done. Okay, so you need to kind of like connect it to your Gmail, and that's what you have to do. So in my step, I've chosen a tool that can open the mail for you, and this tool is Gmail in my case. The second step is to add a large language model or AI to read my email, right? So I need an AI in this step. I need an AI in this step. I need an AI in this step. All right. So all these three steps, I need an AI. So I will add in AI in the second step. Okay. So if you have done the first step, second step is very easy. You click on add step, you type in AI, and you will see the option of AI in here. Okay. So you click on AI and you click on custom. You can choose this as well, but we are going to do some prompt engineering. So you click on custom and you will see a window that looks like this. Okay. Maybe I'm zooming in a bit so that you can see what I'm typing. I clicked on custom and this is the window that opens. So it says GPT 5.2. I'm going to prompt GPT 5.2. So it uses GPT 5.2. You can select other model as well. Here Claude is there. Here Gemini 3 is there. OpenAI's GPT-5 Mini is there. You can also have GPT Nano. From Anthropic, you have this. From Google Gemini, you have all these models. Perplexity is also there. You can use Perplexity. You can also use X, Grok, but there are kind of like cost and all involved with each of the agent. Okay, so I'm using a GPT 5.2 right now because it's good in writing text. Okay, so you click on this one here using GPT 5.2 and you will see all the models that you can use. Okay, I'm repeating this step one more time so that all the people, those who are not following up, they can also see. Add step, type in AI, go to AI and click on this custom instruction. Okay, so custom, you can see uh, uh, a window that opens like this. Here, we are going to do the prompt engineering. Okay, so in the prompt engineering, we know the principles of prompt engineering now. So prompt engineering principles were this. We are going to write all these prompt engineering principles. Okay, so the first principle of prompt engineering is to define the persona. So here I'm going to define persona. So I say you are my assistant. Okay, you can say personal assistant as well, because email agent can be seen as a personal assistant who can reply emails on my behalf. Okay, so you say that you are my personal assistant who can reply emails on my behalf. This is, you are giving a persona of a personal assistant that can write emails. Okay, and you also tell about yourself. My name is Amit Tiwari. Okay, so Tiwari, I work as a consultant and trainer to IBM Skills Build. I'm choosing that role only. My work timings are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. except Saturdays and Sundays and holidays. Okay, you can also type in, like, let's say Indian holidays. So you can, in this, you can tell about yourself. So you will have to write, you are my personal assistant who can reply emails on my behalf. You can tell your name. Your name is whatever your name is. I am a student and I am a student of whatever branch. My work timings are from whatever 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Except Saturday and Sunday. The more that you will describe about yourself, the better mails it will write. Okay, so for saving some time, I'm not going to do that. I am just using this much context to my large language model. Okay, so second thing is to give direction, right? So right now it does not know what mail to write or what to do. So I need to tell my agent what to do. So I need to give direction. Okay, so I need to say, read this email, right? So the second task in my workflow, which was here, reading the email, I'm saying that read this email. Okay, I need to also tell, I need to give the direction from which it needs to read the email, right? So this email I received in the first step. So I will have to add at the rate here. So I added at the rate and I went to my email and clicked on body. I only want to read my email body, right? This doesn't matter to me. I need to just read the email body. Okay, so this step I am again repeating. At this step, you need to click on, you need to give direction. So you are giving direction, read this email, and you're giving the direction to the email body. Okay. And the third step is to understand the email, right? So you will ask the AI to do this, understand the email. Okay. Then think of a reply, right? So I ask it to write a suitable or professional reply to this email. Okay, and then I need to, this is what I gave the direction as, right? So my prompt engineering principles, if I follow them, I give the direction. Now I need to specify the format. So direction I gave, like read the email, understand the email, write a professional reply to this email, right? So what the AI has to do for me, I need to kind of like give direction. Here I need to also specify my input, where I'm getting that input from. Now what I need to do is I need to specify the format. How do I need my output? So my output should be my email body, right? Because I only need the email body as the output from this email. Okay, so I just need email body as the output, and I can click on this auto generate here, and what it will also do is it will generate the output field here. Okay, so my email output is the email body. So it is showing the output here, reply email body. And finally, I will also train it with some examples, right? So let's say example. I will go to my email and I will provide some example to this AI to understand about my own persona. Okay, so I will go to sent items and I will see what kind of email replies do I do. So if I get an email like this, weekly leave for next week, then this is the email that I write. Maybe I can give a better example to give you um, more context. Want to learn. So let's say that I have an email that I received like this. Wait, maybe I need to see an email that I received from. Okay, so let's say that I receive an email like this. Hi, Amit, I request you to meet tomorrow at 10 a.m. Do let me know if I can meet. And I take this email from here, copy this, and I go to my agent and I provide example. So let's say that email received is this, let's say. Okay, so it's if I receive an email like this, then output should be, how do I write output to this? So I must have written output to this email. What was the email about? The email was about requesting to meet. Okay, where is it? Where is it? When did I receive this? Maybe I received this on 24th Feb. So 24th Feb. I'm not having. Okay. I think I got it from meeting request. Okay, so maybe I copy this, search in here, not finding this. Okay, so maybe kind of like training my model to understand. So let's say that, hi, if we can meet, and I will add a name here, regards, let's say Vijay. And herein I give the output, hi Vijay, sure, we can meet tomorrow. Please let me know what is the agenda of the meeting so that I can be prepared for the meet. Okay, so let's say that I write emails like these and I kind of like want my AI to learn from my emails. Okay, so regards. So this is one example that I am training it with. You can do hashtag example, and you can put in many examples like you write emails, and then your email agent will learn from this. Nonetheless, if you don't put examples, the email agent will write in its own way, and that will also be fine for us. Okay, so this is the prompt that we will write, and if you have written the prompt, I will wait for 3 minutes for you to complete your prompt, and in the chat write down done. Okay. All right. Yes. Yeah, people are still writing, so they are sharing a screenshot. Thank you so much. Anik is done with this. Krishna is saying repeat. Done. Provide a sample prompt. No, I will not provide the sample prompt. You will have to write it on your own. You can also summarize the mail, but we will do it later on. So right now, just write the mail, and then maybe your email agent can summarize it for you and send the email. Anjali is saying connection is failing in all my IDs. Maybe you can try one more time. It should not fail, or maybe a lot of people are doing it at once. Maybe they are kind of like firing their systems. But nonetheless, it should connect after some time. Okay, some people are asking me to repeat. I don't know what to repeat, so let me know what to repeat. Monish is also done now. Thank you. Devashish is saying zoom this prompt. Maybe I'll zoom it up. Okay. So this is should work. Yeah. Okay, so this is what the prompt is. We are going to follow the basic of prompt engineering, and the basics are define a persona, give direction, specify format, and then provide examples. Okay, so here we define persona, what the agent should behave like. This is the direction, what the agent should do. This is the output, what the agent should produce. Okay, so my LLM is now being configured. It will automatically write the email for us. Second step is done. And if we see in our pipeline, we are already at the final step. So we have done reading the email, we have done understanding, we have done thinking of a reply, we have done writing a reply. After this, all of this, I used a large language model, right? So I used LLM to do that task for me. And the LLM that I used was GPT 5.2. Now I need to send email, right? For this, I need a tool to send the email, right? So the same tool that I used to open, I will use the same tool to send also. So after I type in my prompt, I will click on done. Okay, done. So after this step, my final step, my output from this step will come on this step. My output from this step will come on this step. The output from this step will come on this step. Okay, so here I need to send email, right? So I will say send email, and I will go to Gmail because I need to send email using Gmail. I'll click on send email option here. Okay. Now, when I click on send email option, I need to specify some things. Whom should I send it to? What should be my subject? What should be my body? So I should send it to the person from which I have received the email from, right? So I already have the information from this step. So I will use that information from this step to fill this information. So whom I am sending this email to? I am sending this email to the person I received the email from. So I'll go to email, I will go to from, and email from the person that I received it from, right? So I received it from whoever, I'm sending it back to that person only. Okay, so again, I'm going to show this, go to email, go to from, and click on email, right? So from the first step, whoever I have received it from, I'm sending this email to the same person. Subject will be same because in replies, we don't change the subject. So subject will be same. And in the body, now body will be different because now we want to put in the reply from the AI in this email, right? So in the body, we will click on @ and we will go to AI output and click on email body here. So we are going to put in @ we are going to take in the step 2. If you hover on this, it says from step 2, whatever the output of the AI is, I'm going to send that in the mail, right? So I said in my step 2, I need the email body as output, and I'm going to put that in here. And after I do that, I will click on done, and that's the end of my agent. So I designed the agent. very simple agent that can receive my email, that can write and understand and read my email, write an email reply, and I am sending that reply to that person. So I completed my workflow of this. I opened Gmail, and from Gmail, I used LLM to read my email. I used LLM to understand my email. I used LLM to write my email, and I used a tool to send my email, right? So I have done this whole agentic flow. Now, this is more of a chain flow. That means that I'm moving in chain. We can also do this with LangChain once we go into coding mode. If we get time, then only we will go into coding mode. Otherwise, we will stick with drag and drop. And maybe I can guide you towards other lectures where you can learn lang graphs and lang chains. Okay, so now the agent that I have designed is a very simple one. Let's test this. If I want to test this agent, before I test this, I will give you 3 more minutes to complete your agent. If you are complete, then you say completed in the chat box. Okay. Deeply is saying after connecting Gmail app, the next step that I did was I added AI in this. Okay, so from AI, I went to AI, clicked on custom. In the custom, I write a prompt. The prompt looks like this. You are my personal assistant, read this email, understand the email, write a professional reply, and output will be email body. And then I sent the email to the person. If you are done, then say done or yes or completed in this. Okay, so Shashin is asking, please repeat the to and subject linkage. Okay, so here in this step, once you want to send the email, right? So you want to send the email to the person you received it from. So you go to the email that you received in the first step, and from there you select the from, right? So from whoever you have received it, you will take it from there. Subject, you need to add in the same subject from the email that you received in the first step. You click on subject, and the body will be the AI output email body. Okay, and then you click on done, and your agent is ready to write in the email and send. Okay, so if you are done, then say completed. If you are not, if you are getting stuck somewhere, thank you so much, Anik, for giving me a heads up on completed. Rajneesh is also done. Thank you so much. Arjun is saying, sir, you provide the video. Yes, I will provide the video. All the videos are being provided by the CSR box team. Dharmendra Gupta is saying completed. Thank you so much. Takarshi is saying completed. Flixon is saying completed. Thank you, Yana. Parul is saying, yes, using related app, we can create AI agent. Yes. Okay, so we are completed with this. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to add in some more complexities in this. So we will do that. Shashini is saying completed. Thank you, Shashini. Monish is completed. Shristi is completed. And Ankshit is completed. Neeral is saying complete. Meet is saying, is it necessary to make the same agent? You can make your own. This is just to learn from the process. Okay. Jared is saying, I just joined the session. Will you repeat or should we refer to recordings? I will not repeat this, but maybe I can create a more complicated agent. Maybe that time we can learn. So yeah, I will be providing, the CSR Box team will be providing a recording to the session as well. So you can check it from the recording, check the recording. It's also live on YouTube. So you can also check the YouTube live link, and yeah, you can, in the YouTube live, you can also move backwards and forward. Okay. So one more request before I move in is to show the send email process. So you click on here, you type in send email, you go to Gmail, click on send email. To is whoever you want it to send is the you get from, because you are sending it to the person you will receive the email from. Subject is the same and body is you attach the email body in here, and then you click on done. Okay, so let me test it on. I'm going to click on this agent. It's going to be triggered. I'm going to my personal email ID and send a mail to myself to just check this one. I go to Gmail, I go to mail, and I ask it to meet on tomorrow. Okay. Amit.t subject meeting for, maybe I can zoom in up, meeting for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I say, hi Amit, I want to meet you tomorrow to discuss about new sessions on AI. Let me know if you are available at 7 p.m. Okay, so I am purposefully writing 7 p.m. so that I want to check my agent if it respects my job timings or not. Regards, and let's say I name my name as Meet. Okay, so let's say Meet wants to meet me, and he wants to talk to me about new session on AI. Let me know if you are available at 7 p.m. Okay, so let's say that this mail was written to me by someone. I'm just testing it up. So what I'm doing is I'm going to click on send, and I will see that it sends an email to me. I have seen this in my sent messages. I will go to the ID from which I'm creating my email, and I will also see the Gmail on this ID, whether or not I have received the email. So I have received this email. I don't want to do anything to this email now because my agent will do everything for my email. So I will go to my personal ID and I wait for the reply from the agent, and I'm just waiting here. So the agent will write a reply to me. Okay, it has written and it has sent the reply to me as well. So it says, hi, Meet, thanks for reaching out. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. is outside my working hours. It says 9 to 5 p.m. Could we please schedule a discussion during working hours instead? Anytime between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Also, please share the key agenda points for the new AI session so I can be prepared. Right. So it learns from the way that I write emails. This line it has learned from my example that I gave to it to understand from, which was this one, right? So what is the agenda of the meeting so that I can be prepared? So my agent works really well. It already sends the information, sends the email, and I can see that in my sent items also, right? So it sends this email to me automatically. Now I'm going to pause this email agent by clicking on off, and I would let you test your agent and let me know in the chat whether or not your email is working or not. Okay, cool. So let me know if your agent is working and you got an email. So you have to send an email to you from some other ID and test on your email. So it will work every time when you receive an email. All right. So it will run every time. The thing is that you will have to check your free credits. So you will be using 500 credits for free and 200 steps. So right now there are only 2 steps in this process. So it spent 2 steps. So it will reply to 100 mails, and it is spending 3 credits. So yeah, 100 mails, it will perfectly reply. And after 24 days, it will reset. That means that after 24 days, everything will reset to 0. So yeah, up to 100 mails, uh, it will reply automatically. To stop this, you just need to do it off. So if you make it off, it will stop. Okay, so let me know if you are done with this agent and checked it. Okay, so Frickson says that done. He has received the email. Thank you so much for telling me. You can test it from your own email IDs and let me know if your agent is working. So congratulations, you have created your first email with large language model. And yep, it works. Okay, so now this is, what is the flaw in this? If it works for you, where do you think this email agent will go wrong? Okay, so can you send an other type of email and test it? Yeah, of course, I can test it with another email as well. Okay, so let me just do it one more time. I go to my email, and let's say I compose another email to myself. Let's say I ask for what's for, okay, what's for, all right, maybe I severed my connection. Okay, yeah, sharing it again. What's for dinner today? All right, so let's say that my wife kinds of like mails me up that I need to, hi Amit, let's say, okay, maybe I'm not able to share the screen properly. I don't know what's happening. What, hi Amit, what's for dinner today? Okay, so let's say today. And regards, wife. Okay, so let's say that I send a sample email like this, just to show that it also works for different type of emails. So it's asking what's for dinner today, and yep, my agent kinds of like should be able to reply that as well. I go to my inbox and I get this message. My agent is already working. It is reading the email, understanding and replying. And I see my sent box. It already should have replied. Maybe I check the inbox. All right, so it says, yeah, hi, I was thinking we could do something simple today, dal and rice or roti with sabji, or we can order in if you prefer. Let me know what you are in mood for. And it says regards. So yeah, it will reply to any mail that are there. Okay, so yeah, I already gave the hint of what can go wrong with the agent, but I still need your responses that, okay, although we have created our own agent, which can automatically reply to any email that I get, yeah, what can go wrong with this agent? So Fliction has an answer. It says, maybe if I ask out of context information, it might not be able to give accurate results. Yes, like this, right? So it says, um, uh, yeah, so it says I was thinking we could do something simple today, dal and rice or roti with sabji. Maybe I don't eat dal and rice and roti with sabji in my dinner. Maybe I'm a non-veg and I want to eat something like chicken or something else. So yeah, it's kind of like replying generically, and it is also replying anything uh, that it doesn't know about me, right? So it doesn't know that I eat dal and rice or roti in dinner, or maybe I prefer South Indian food, or maybe I prefer continental food in the dinner. So it is also doing replies. And what else can go wrong with this is that it just acts on my behalf. So emails are kind of like sensitive. I cannot just send in any email, right? So let's say that I get a quote from some vendor, and the vendor is saying that, okay, I want to sell you this at this price, and my agent says yes to that email. So that's a confirmation that my email is my agent is sending to my vendor without even thinking about what will be the consequences of this. Maybe I'm getting it for much larger amount than I negotiate with my vendor. And yeah, so this is kind of like autonomous. It is working on my behalf. There, I have no control over this agent. What this agent will do for me, I have no idea. It can give leave to my employees. It can say confirmation to things that I should not agree on. It doesn't know my schedule better. So maybe I cannot use this agent directly, right? So these kind of agents that we designed right now are called reflex agents. They are just replying to whatever query that the person is asking autonomously without thinking about this. So we don't want this behavior. We want them to work for us, and we want them to work in context. All right, so agentic AI, what is the difference between a simple AI system and AI agent? Although we created one, now we will explore them in depth, and how can we create more robust agents with different tech. So a simple AI system, if you talk about like the AI that we use nowadays, like ChatGPT, if you want to do some task, like let's say you want to plan to go from one city. So let's say I want to go from Ahmedabad to Goa. Okay, so let's say that I want to plan this trip from Ahmedabad to Goa. A simple AI system, what it will do is I will, even though I type a prompt like I want to plan, I want, you are my trip planner, I want you to plan me a trip from Ahmedabad to Goa. My budget is, let's say, 50,000 rupees. I want to spend 5 days in Goa, and give me the best plan. So this is the prompt that you wrote to a simple AI system. What the simple AI system will do is it will go to the internet, it will find the best flights that it will get for me to go from Ahmedabad to Goa, and it can tell the list, it can tell the flights or train. It can suggest me hotels. It can search on the internet what are the best hotels that I want to live in, and my budget constraint is 50,000 rupees. So it can do suggest me hotel, and it can also summarize the policies. That means that it can plan. It can tell me that okay, day one you have to do this, day two you have to do this, day three you have to do this. But all of this task I will have to do on my own, right? So I will have to like book my tickets, I will have to book my hotel, I will have to put my calendar or reminder on my schedule. What the AI agent will do is, if I give this kind of prompt to my AI agent, it will arrange me transportation. That means that it will check the best flight. It will go to, let's say, a app called Paytm, and in the Paytm, it is sending my information to Paytm, all the flights. It is searching for the best flight. So let's say that it got Indigo, flight number, let's say 786, or any other number for that matter. Uh, so yeah, whatever 6E 715, and then what it does is it also selects the seat for me, and it sends this information to Paytm. Paytm books my ticket, and it gives that ticket back to me. Then it searches for the best hotel. It goes to, let's say, some app called GoIbibo. It sends this information to this GoIbibo. It calls this tool. GoIbibo sends me back the ticket. And it goes to my Gmail calendar app. It puts everything in my calendar, sets my reminder, and my calendar is reminding me what to do on what day. So it is, the simple AI system was just giving me knowledge. This AI agent will complete my work. It will automate my work. So I can create a travel planner for me. I can fine tune it. I can tell it about my preferences. I can ask it to learn from memory and a lot of things. Okay, so these are the 4 things that any AI agent should be able to do. So when we design our AI agents, we need it to do these 4 things. First thing that my AI agent should be able to do is perceive the input. That means that it should understand the input correctly. Whatever input I'm giving, it's text, it's audio, it's image, it should be able to understand this. It will gather and interpret the data. It should understand the data. It should be able to reason with it. That means that it should be able to make decisions with the input that it is getting. And then it should be able to act. That means that it should be able to complete some tasks. And finally, any agent should be able to also learn from my feedback. Okay, so this is the cycle that any agent should be there. Our agent skips this part. Okay, so it does not reason with this. So it perceives, it acts, and yeah, there is no feedback. Okay, so it takes an input, it perceives it, and it acts. But these 2 steps are not in there. So it is not reasoning, it is not learning. Okay, so let's include these steps also, and let's make our agent a little bit more robust, or let's make our agent better. Okay. Yes, this agent can also classify it as spam or not spam. It can do a lot of things for us. So Sanket is saying that the agent is giving 3 replies for 1 email. The reason for this is that you did not do this. Only trigger for the first email in the conversation. So if you do that, then it will not reply again and again. Okay. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to make this agent more robust. We need to add in the reasoning capabilities to this agent. So what I'm going to do now is maybe erase everything. Here, what we need to do is we need to add in one more AI in loop in this flow. I'm going to call this as custom AI. So before replying to the email, I want the AI to understand what type of email it is. Okay, so I want it to understand that the email can be of 3 types: personal email, professional email, and let's say that I connect it to some other app as well. Um, let's say email uh, with data, and finally email for LinkedIn post. So let's say that I received these 4 kinds of email generally um, in my life, and I want this AI to understand what email it is. And before writing the reply to the email, think that what email it is and then reply. Okay, so I am asking it to do that. So I say, you are my email, you are my personal assistant. Okay, I say, read this email. Okay, again, I'm sharing this. Okay, read this email, and I attach the body of the email, and I say, before replying, classify the email into these categories. Okay, I'm asking it to classify it for me. So 1 is personal email. So I'm saying that, okay, classify this email for personal email if the email is personal. Okay. Second is professional email if the email is about sessions, meetings, or discussions. Okay, so only reply before replying, think whether the email is personal email, whether the email is
Amit,
professional email.
Amit, I'm sorry to interrupt you. We can see your screen. It is
Okay,
completely blind.
so sorry. Yes. Okay. Maybe I'm using Mac and it's not allowing me to share sometime. Okay, so yeah, still, you are my personal assistant. Read this email before replying. Classify the email into these categories: personal email if the email is personal, professional if the email is about sessions, meetings, or discussions. Third one is, let's say, data if the email contains quote, comma, um, data numbers. Okay. And 4 as LinkedIn request if the email contains LinkedIn request to post on. Okay. Or maybe the email contains LinkedIn request to post or on LinkedIn. Okay, so Yep. Before doing any task, think what my email is about. Okay. So I click on done here. After I do this step, I need to add a flow control. It's like logic, right? So I need my agent to behave in a certain way if a certain input is there. So I'm classifying my email into these categories, and I add in a flow control in here. Okay, so I am going to pause in here so that you can do this for yourself, for your agent. And if you do this for your agent, then uh, type in done or yes in the chat box, and then we will move forward. Okay, so okay, yep, still waiting for people. If they are, if you are done, then you can say done. Uh, Anjali is saying, what if we want only some email to be replied? This is what we are doing, Anjali. Okay, so if we want it to only reply to some emails, I can also create that as well. So let's say that you only want to reply um, to someone. So let's say um, 5, we can say uh, college. Okay, so let's say if the email address, and you can take the email address from the email and whatever email address is there. If the email address is if the email address is from your college, so let's say fxca.edu. Okay, so if the email address is from your college, maybe just classify it as college. And then we make our agent to behave in a certain way, right? So let's say that I add in flow control and I add in paths. So my first path is personal email. Okay, so if my email is personal, then do what? Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a rule. The rule is the email category is personal email. So if I receive a personal email, if my category that the AI decides is personal email, then follow this path. Okay. Second step or second path is, let's say, professional email. Okay, so my professional email will take in the path rule as my professional email. So if my email that I received is professional, then do what? Okay. Now in this, I already have a kind of like made the steps. So I'm dragging and dropping in there. So if the email is professional, then read the email, understand the email, write a professional reply, uh, which I already have done. And I have also sent that email. Okay, the third step is, let's say, LinkedIn request. Okay, so let's say data. Okay, data email. If my email has some data, okay, so email category is, let's say, data. Okay, so if my email has a data, then I'm adding one more step, which is AI, and I'm asking it to behave like data analyst. Okay, so you are a data analyst. Read this email, and whatever the email is there, understand this email, extract the data from this email. Okay, and I need my output to be in a certain way. So my output would be one.
Amit, sorry, Amit, your screen is not visible again.
Okay, thank you so much, Anil. This is a Mac privacy issue and it is not letting me share. No worries, I will be keeping on checking in this. Okay, so extract the data from this email. My output should have uh, so let's say my output should have quote. Second is vendor name. Number 3 is equipment name. And yeah, so it should take in quote, vendor name, and equipment name as the output. So from my email, it should be able to understand this. Maybe not data analyst, but data extractor. 4, buying decision. Okay. If the quote is less than, now you can like make it 30,000. Okay, so you can make it as you want. If the quote is less than 30,000, then say yes, otherwise no. Okay, so this is the output that you are deciding. You can say that, okay, you can also make a buying decision. You can take in this data from the email, and I say done. And I want this to fill my Excel sheet automatically. So let's say that I have Excel sheet in my drive, and in my drive, I create a new Excel sheet, Google Sheets, and I say this is my quote, and here I type in serial number and the vendor name, equipment, quote, buying decision. Okay, so I want this AI to fill this sheet automatically for me from my emails. So after this, what I need to do is I need to connect my sheet as a tool. So I will click on Google Sheet. I will add row to a sheet, and I connect my Google Sheets. I sign into my Google Sheets, click on continue, click on continue, and yes, my Google Sheets are connected. I'm selecting this sheet called quote. Okay. And sheet 1, I'm inserting at top of the sheet, and the fields to populate are first one, vendor name. Okay. So vendor name, I will get it from my AI output, vendor name. All right. So whatever my AI will extract from my email, it will add in there. Equipment, whatever my AI will get the equipment name, quote, whatever my AI will extract from that email, and finally, buying decision, whatever my AI will decide. Okay, so I am populating my Excel sheet with vendor name, equipment, quote, and buying decision, and done. Okay, so now my AI can read the email for me, understand my quote. It can fill this Excel sheet automatically for me, and it can also decide whether or not I should buy that or not. Now, right now, I only have very simple decision to make. Before less than 30,000, you can also ask it to read a whole buying policy and then decide whether or not you want to buy that product or not, which is quite powerful. All right, finally, one more thing is I add in a um, LinkedIn one, and the rule is if my email category is a LinkedIn request. So I need to add in an AI that can write me a LinkedIn post. Okay, so I say you are my LinkedIn assistant. I ask it to read the email and email body, understand this email, write a LinkedIn post for the request in the email, and output of this will be a LinkedIn post. Okay, so now I kind of like say done to this, and I need to post this on LinkedIn automatically. So my AI agent will do this for me as well. I am connecting my LinkedIn to this signing in with the code which I receive on my okay. All right. So, yep, it is connected, and I am selecting a dummy account. I'm selecting this one, Dosa Cafe.
Again, screen is not visible, Amit. Please.
Okay, thank you so much. Share. Cool. All right, so I'm selecting this account, Dosa Cafe, which is creating posts for this organization, and I'm putting in LinkedIn post in there and saying done. And yep, so here I created a LinkedIn post, connected my LinkedIn, and yeah, so once I connected to LinkedIn, I kind of like my MacBook just hides my screen. Okay, so I click on done, and yes, my agent is ready for doing certain tasks. So my agent is now ready to do this. Thank you so much, those who replied that my screen is not visible. It's kind of like an issue with my laptop. Um, yeah, it's kind of like hindering me with sharing screen for long. Nonetheless, what we will do is I'm going to publish this. So now what it will do is it will reason before it acts. So it will, for professional email, it will send a professional reply. For personal email, it will do nothing. For data email, it can automatically fill my sheet. Okay, so I have switched it on, and let me test on uh, some use cases. First one being the data. So let's say that I get an email from my vendor. I say, uh, quote for new motors for your robot. So my company also designs robots, and um, we get frequent quotes from vendors. So I say, hi, Amit, I need to uh, tell, okay, okay, so let me write it professionally. Please find the quote for the new motors you asked for last week. And it says motor type. Motor type is, let's say, planetary, or let's say brushless. Brushless. Okay, again, I kind of like lost it. Okay, brushless DC motors, and price is let's say 20,000 for 4 pieces. Regards, let's say M.M motor company. Okay, so let's say that I receive an email like this, which is a quote from some vendor. It says that please find the quote for the new motors I asked last week. This is motor type, price, and my motor company. So now my AI will not write a reply to this, right? Because you don't need to write a reply to this. You don't need to say that, okay, yes, I will buy the motor or something like that, because that would be wrong for my agent to do. What instead my agent will do is my agent will fill in this Excel sheet for me, which is in here. Okay, so it has filled this Excel sheet for me automatically. It says my vendor name is Motor Company, equipment is brushless DC motor, quote is 20,000, buying decision is yes. Why? Because of course it is less than 30,000, right? So if someone sends me an email, now my agent is kind of like not replying to that person, but yeah, maybe again the screen is not visible. This is so annoying. Okay, so now it's filling up my Excel sheet as well. Yeah, so you can create it from any platform. I was getting some questions like this. So yeah, any any platform that you can. So you create agents like these from any of these platforms. You can create it with N8N, you can create it with Maker.com, you can create it with Zapier. The idea is a similar. You will have to kind of like add in the tools and use AI um, to do some things. One more test I want to do is to see if it posts on LinkedIn as well. So I'm sending a mail to myself. LinkedIn, let's say LinkedIn post for today's session. I say, hi, Amit. Please post on LinkedIn about today's session. The session was, okay, again, I lost it. The session was about Agentic AI, and we designed our own AI agent using relay.app. And I say regards. Let's say Anil sends me this, and he wants me to write a LinkedIn post about same. So I see that this is my request for a LinkedIn post. So my agent should not reply to this, right? So instead it should write me a LinkedIn post. So I will open my LinkedIn and see if my agent does the same for me. So automatically my agent will write a LinkedIn post for me, will go to my LinkedIn and post on LinkedIn about uh, today's session. But I have written it for my business. So I will go to Dosa Cafe, which is a dummy account that I use. And herein, we will see that, right now it has just posted on LinkedIn. It says, I had a great system session today on Agentic AI, where AI system don't just respond. They can plan. Just now it has posted and take actions toward a goal. As a part of the session, we went hands-on, designed our own AI agent using relay.com. Key takeaway, Agentic AI is quickly becoming a practical way to build smarter outcome-driven workflows across teams. I would love to compare notes and just adding up these hashtags as well. So yeah, quite powerful. I was able to do multiple things with my agent, and my agent was smart enough to decide what to do at what point of time. All right, so I hope you are also able to design the agent. You can design much more powerful agents than the one I designed in this session. With coding, maybe I will not be able to cover that today. We will keep one more masterclass if you are interested for coding, which will be the masterclass then where I will also teach you about the IBM cloud, which Anil mentioned, right? So we will tackle the AI agent designing with code and IBM cloud together in one masterclass. So I am excited to take another masterclass for you. Till then, I think you can use drag and drop to design your own AI agents. But before we go, we are going to discuss the projects that we have to make so that you can start on making your projects on Relay as well. Okay, now one more thing is you can also connect Relay to any website, any form, and any place that you want to connect it from. To connect it from another website or from somewhere else and not to let it run on just email, you will need to add in a trigger. Um, uh, from a webhook. Okay, so you can connect any you can call this agent from any webhook. So your trigger will be a webhook. So this is just for folks, those who want to design their AI systems. So webhook will be the trigger, and you can use the post and JSON format as your body of your agent. So from your uh, website, you can send in a post request to this agent via webhook. You will have to call in this API, and you need to configure this API for the things that you will receive on from your website. So let's say that you want your agent to do some things automatically. again, I think my share is not working. Yeah, so maybe, yeah, now it is working. So you need to use a webhook in order to publish, to um, for this agent to be called from anywhere from other website. But you need to define the payload. That means that you need to define what you are receiving from your website and then take in actions according to your website data. Okay, before we move to our last class where we will be designing more robust agents using coding and all, I need to tell what is the project that you need to make. Let me share the relevant PPT with you where I will describe the project that you need to make for this. Maybe I'll stop the share and open the project PPT. Okay. Okay, so we are ready with the project guidance. Um, all right, so let me play it from the, so this was supposed to be covered in Masterclass 4, but I want to give you some time before we come to Masterclass 4 to create real life projects. Okay, so to create your real life projects, you need to have these problem statements. So these problem statements are from Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations. So United Nations for 2030 has certain goals for humanity. So the United Nations is a organization which is a collaboration of all the countries in the world. They work towards betterment of humanity. And the United Nations have these 17 goals for humanity till 2030. So they believe that there should be no poverty, there should be zero hunger, there should be good health and well-being for everyone, there should be quality education for everyone, gender equality for everyone, clean water and sanitation for everyone, affordable and clean energy for everyone, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institutions, and partnership for the goals. So these 17 are the problem statements that the world faces, right? World has a lot of people who are poor and cannot get the good resources. World has a lot of people those who cannot even get meals. A lot of people who are suffering from deadly diseases. A lot of people who are suffering from quality education. How can you design solutions for them? Okay, so you have to choose one of these goals. Okay, so you choose one of these goals which resonate best with you. So let's say that you choose gender equality because you relate with it, or you choose good health and well-being because you have some expertise in healthcare, or you choose zero hunger because you want nobody to be hungry in the world. So what you do then is you create your own problem statements. Um, so your problem statement is generally we do lean canvas before this, but maybe we'll skip this for saving some time. So you choose some problem statements. So you choose a problem statement that resonates to you. So suppose your SDG is good health and well-being. Suppose you want to work in this um, goal. So you choose a problem statement. These are some project ideas that you can design, but these are not the ones that you need to design. You can choose any of the project ideas from your mind. Okay, so this is what you need to do yourself. So let's say that there is a problem statement like lack of mental health support among youth result in stress and anxiety. So there are a lot of young people, those who suffer with stress and anxiety. Let's say that you want to design some system, some agentic AI uh, uh, that can take in data from some source and can provide them some kind of advice or a solution, maybe a calendar in which they are mapping their stress levels. In Relay, you can also connect WhatsApp. So maybe you can just message your bot that I'm not feeling well, and it is kind of like recording this and maybe providing you some solutions, or maybe sending a message to all of your friends that you are not feeling well. So maybe kind of like doing things like these as well. Just a very, very vague idea. Do not copy me, please. It's such a shitty idea that I'm giving, but you may be able to design something which is really, really well and powerful. Okay, second thing is you can work in quality education as well. Students in rural areas, they lack quality, personalized education. Maybe you can create an agent that can learn from their resume what they are lacking. Maybe it can find relevant resources in the internet where they can apply and learn and maybe kind of like have better education. What else you can do is you can also work on some SDG like decent work and economic growth, and you can get many problem statements like this. Maybe you can also ask ChatGPT to design a problem statement for you that you can do it with Relay or some other technique. With coding, I will teach it in the next class. So if you're interested in that, maybe you can design it in Relay till then and translate that to code later on. What you need to submit, you don't need to submit the lean canvas this time because we are not uh, having this in our bootcamp. In the previous bootcamp, people had to submit the lean canvas. You submit the concept note. That means that what is the problem? What is the solution? Why do you want to solve that problem? Why did you choose that solution? Why did you use Relay to design the solution and whatnot? And you also need to submit your PPT. So PPT of your solution, maybe screenshots of your tests, workflows, ideas, maybe some pictures. So two things you need to submit, concept note and PPT, in order to get the certificate of the bootcamp. All right, so I will just repeat this one more time. These are the 17 SDG goals. They will be sent to you by the CSR Box team. You will have to design a solution on this, maybe on Relay, maybe you have a website, connect that website to Relay. Maybe you have a coding background, you're designing it with code. Whatever you want to do, you can do, make a solution and then submit these two things, the concept note and the PPT for your solution to the CSR Box team. All right, so that's it from my side. Thank you so much for joining in and being a part of this journey for 3 master classes. I hope that you learned something from these 3 classes that we had. Maybe you design better solutions for future. Last date of project submission and everything is not under my control. That will be controlled by CSR Box team. If you have questions regarding this session and the project, you can ask me. If you have admin type questions like where do I submit, what do I need to submit and all, you can ask the CSR Box team for the same. Shashank is asking, can Relay access any website update? Yes, it can by using webhooks. Any demo of PPTs? Yes, we can get you, the CSR Box team will send you the concept note demo and also the PPT of the demo of the previous projects that we have received so that you can get an idea of what you designed and how to submit your PPTs. So CSR Box team will send you in your WhatsApp groups. So be active in the WhatsApp groups. Keep looking forward for the concept note and the PowerPoint presentation in there. All right, so cool. I'll be reading some of the messages from you. Anjali is saying, can we create multiple agents for free? Yes, you can create as many agents with Relay for free. The only limitation that you have is the steps and the AI tokens. So if you keep that in check, you'll be able to do that as well. All right, it's a solo project, so everyone will have to like submit this solo. The project, if nobody understood, is you have to select a problem statement and create an AI solution for that problem. Okay. Brinda is asking, I'm not able to download complete certificate. That's a problem for CSR Box to solve. They'll be able to do for this. Okay, Sashni is asking, I wanted to ask what are your thoughts on AI agents like this? Like what I mean is this can be said is the base of the whole working AI system. Basically, I'm asking about the AI and robots taking over the humans because today's session was very eye-opening in the matter of what is being done with or on AI, and second one point going to moon was sci-fi too. Yeah, so definitely, all of these AI agents, they are kind of like designed to make the task of human easy, and maybe it will be able to take certain decisions for us humans. What is in store for us is our creativity and problem solving, right? The AI doesn't know what problem to solve. We need to design these AI agents to solve the problem for us. These automations are for certain workflows of solving some problems for humans. So what will be left of humans is interesting problems to solve. And there are many in the world, like environmental problems that we are not able to even crack, pollution and other problems. We are not even able to crack problems like gender disparity. We are not able to crack problems like poverty, hunger. Uh, if we are able to use AI to solve these problems, if anyhow AI can solve these problems, maybe by robotics, we are employing robots to take care better of our plants, maybe support us in agriculture, um, maybe do certain tasks that a human cannot, uh, maybe support in reducing pollution by taking in garbage and all, then the world is going to be better for us humans. It will be a better world to live in, and that's what we should strive towards. Um, we don't need to fear about robots and AI taking our job. We need to kind of like learn which problems to solve and to make agents to solve these problems. One such um, step our company is also taking by developing software agents as well as now robots to um, solve certain problems in humanity and the challenges that it faces. And I'm very optimistic that we as humans will able to find these problems and design solutions with AI, which will help Earth, humanity, and other humans in the future. With this interesting question and maybe a quick thoughts on how I see AI as, I'm going to end this lecture. Maybe see you in the next lecture where we'll be working with IBM Cloud and also designing our agents with code. Till then, please work on your projects. If you have joined as a team, please do the project together. Yes. So if you are doing it as a team, please do it as a team. I was not aware that you guys joined as a team. So much instructions will be provided to you from CSR Box team. I am very not aware about the whole admin system and how you have been joined in. I'm more focused on designing these amazing PPTs and yeah, providing researching on these amazing platforms that AI provides. So maybe you can ask this in the WhatsApp groups and um, uh, in the email for you. Uh, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for the lovely messages that you are sending um, in the group. I also learned a lot from you as well. Your ideas, your thoughts, and your curiosity about AI led me to research more and learn as well. Um, all right, so connect me on LinkedIn as well, please. My LinkedIn would be Amit Tiwari at AI. You can search from that. Amit Tiwari CSR Box will also be um, leading you to the same uh, LinkedIn account. Maybe we can discuss and take things there. All right, so with this, I say goodbye. Over to you, Anil, for further discussions and attendance link.
All right, thank you so much, Amit, for such a wonderful session, my dear students. So we hope that you had a very great session which you understood how the AI agents work so basically the session was all about drag and drop agents. So you can, even without coding, you are able to how to design the kind of autonomous agents, with which you can link to your Gmail account, you can link it to your spreadsheets, and you can do many much more tasks. Okay, so we'll just give you some brief things about the project. So Amit, can you please stop your screen? All right, thank you so much. All right. So dear students, I just want to make a couple of announcements. Again, yeah, the project submission date will be on 10th March, 10th March 2026. And some of you have joined individually and some of you have joined as a team. So those who joined as individually, they can submit their individual project. Those who joined as a team, the team can work on one project, but all the team members need to submit it. That's all. Okay. Those who are joined as a team, let me repeat once again, those who are joined as a team, you all of you has to work on a project, but all the members have to submit the project, right? That is the only difference. The last date will be on 10th March, right? Then again somebody was asking asked a question regarding the certificate. Not Some people have not been able to download the certificate. So please not guys, we have already shared you the PPTs, screenshot of how to download the certificate. You please go through the links. We have every documents provided for you. So this is how it is. So you go to that particular activity. Once you completed that activity, just go to, you'll see a menu like this: completed this activity. You just click on that, notify me, just submit it. Then, again, after a few minutes or maybe take some time, you click on the three dots, or or click on, on the action tab. If you're using laptop, you will see something like this: view completion certificate. There you will see you can find your certificate. This is same for all the courses. And if you have completed all the courses, with the same mail ID, if you completed all the three activities in the learning plan, then you will get the learning plan completion certificate from prompt to no Gen AI, from prompt to production. So we'll share the screenshot of the same, but by the time you can also check it, right? Then again, whatever, if you have any issues related to the domain ID, please use the domain ID query form. We have a separate form for domain ID, domain ID related questions and doubts. So we request everyone to use that form, because we will be whatever questions related to domain ID will be collected from that form only. But because if you are putting it in general query form, we won't be able to track it from there. So we request everyone to use a domain ID query form or this domain ID query form for domain credentials related issues, right? So also, I would like to make a couple of things about IBM Cloud. So like Amit inform you guys, if you people are interested, then we'll be doing one more sessions with coding, how to do this AI agent using the coding. So that is for those people who are who have some experience with the coding background, or you guys are coming from computer science or any other code related software engineering backgrounds, or programming background. Definitely that will be useful for you. So we will be conducting one more session, and we are happy to conduct one more session. That is not mandatory, but we would welcome all of you to that session, so that you will be getting in depth, into much more depth into the agentic AI using the code. And probably we'll be doing it in the next week, maybe 2 3 days, not next week, maybe 3 or 4 days for later. By the time we will be solving your domain ID related issues. So we request all of you to be that as all of you to be to attend that program, attend that session. That is going to be very worthwhile for you. That is going to be very useful for you. So by the time we will also we'll tell you how to use your IBM What's Next, because um, you can see those people who have completed this intelligent by design, the build an agent course, the third activity under the learning plan. So you probably might have seen here, no, there is a simulation, you can see here, there is a lab, build an AI agent using IBM Watson AI. So in the next class, we will also try to include the same thing. So because we have shared the domain ID and domain credentials for you to do this lab, because If you are using your personal Gmail ID, then you won't be able to use it after 30 days. But if you're using the domain ID, there is a certain, will let you know how to use it. If you're using the domain ID and password and like that, there's a certain different process for that. We will let you know again. Please don't log into the IBM Cloud using it right now. But that will help you to give, that will help you to use the IBM Cloud for 1 year, right? So that is why we have provided you the IBM domain ID and password. So definitely we'll be having a session for that. So please wait. By the time you can just go through it. You don't need to log into the IBM Watsons right now. So we'll be having a separate session. By the time you can just go through the simulation. Okay, here it is there. Simulation, build an AI agent using IBM watsonx.ai. So now you please go to the simulation and we will let you know how to handle the watsonx and how to perform the activities over there, how to build agent into the watsonx AI. So that's it from my end. So uh, once again, I would like to inform everyone, we would like to welcome everyone to the next session, which is not a mandatory, but we request all the students to be a part of this program, part of that next session that is going to be very worthful for you, very helpful for you. Right. Now, so that's all from my end. Rest of the things uh, uh, we will be sharing you the PPT, previous PPTs, the model PPTs in your WhatsApp groups, how to do the project, so you can work on the same thing. So we'll be sharing the details regarding the projects also. Now it's time for you to punch your attendance, guys. So please mark your attendance and please stay updated. No, please stay on the WhatsApp group. So we'll be sharing further information through the WhatsApp group. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Have a nice day.